But I do want to talk about those new Dave fans. Fuck y'all.
Y'all want with us. Y'all want us with
You guys listen to Sprinter once, it's like, yeah, that's Dave.
That's Dave.
Are you crazy?
That was Dave on a light day. That's not even him really trying to write for real.
If you did listen to Dave's past album, you know how he sounds. And yes, I can understand that his last few albums, he had some songs on there that was more bouncy and more, let's just say, algorithm friendly.
Yeah, had more commercial appeal.
Yeah, but this album doesn't that much. Because, first of all, the title, it's a reference to, it's a Bible reference, so don't expect that psychodrama stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just Dave, basically, he's not 19 anymore. He's 27.
27, grown man. At his big age, wanting to rap about bitches.
Like, if we get, even with Central C, he wasn't doing that much.
Yeah.
It wasn't with Central C doing that whole kind of shtick. Hello.
Hi. Welcome to the Unwind Listening podcast where we unwind.
And you listen.
God damn it, all right.
Yes, sir.
Listen. We talk about...
we have to listen for the album, though. We have to listen
this
for
album,
real.
we have to listen. You know, you
actually have to listen that much.
You can't just say deeper. You're not deep in the music.
Because, yeah, he's talking a lot on the album.
He's telling you, all you niggas is pussy. You niggas scared getting, get unfollowed on Twitter. You niggas scared losing your brand deals.
Yeah, he's saying...
You niggas scared the people with the... Okay, I'll cut that shit out. Wait, actually, I can't talk about
He's saying some stuff on that album that not a lot of people are willing to do. Basically.
Facts. You're scared to lose that money.
Mm-hmm. And we're talking today about England's finest, Dave.
Yeah. I think something that represents the album in its fully is when, in the Bible it says, "What good is all the riches in the world if you lose your soul?" I think that's the question you ask yourself for this album the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole album. It's basically just that is the bar, and
it's literally called "The Boy Who Played the Harp." That's the title of the album, referencing David.
Yeah, King David. And again, this album right here, we gonna glaze. If you're not ready to, then get off the episode, broski.
First of all, incredible album. It's actually a really, really great album. But before we get into it, I want to say something that I had the feeling of the feeling came to me when I listened to the album. To the UK music scene.
Free Palestine.
That too. But to the UK music scene, I want to say thank you for Dave. Thank you for Stormzy. Thank you for Cleo Soul.
Yeah.
Thank you for Lil Sims.
Yeah.
Thank you for Kano.
Yeah.
Thank you for GME.
Yeah.
Thank you for Skepta. Thank you for Elmin. Thank you for all the...
Thank you, Jim Legacy, my
Jim
young
Legacy.
Nigga. Thank you, Jay Huss.
Thank you for all the rock bands that you brought us in the 80s and in the 90s.
Thank you for the Beatles, too, even though I don't fuck with them.
I want to say this right now. Thank you to the UK music scene for bringing us James Blake.
Yeah.
Because this guy...
put his foot...
This guy is everywhere beats. On this album. You can hear the influence that he brought to Dave's production. And we're going to talk about James Blake on the album as well, but he is one of one. I want to say that because I had this feeling when I listened to the album. James Blake, thank you for you. Because you're not supposed to sound like this when you're 7'2".
He's 7'2"?
He's tall as hell. I don't know how tall he is, but he is super tall.
The Lakers need another power forward right now. He making beats.
One of the best writers I've heard this generation. One of the best vocalists I've heard this generation.
One of the most unique vocalists. One of the most unique sound designers.
Exactly.
I'm not talking musicality is there, but the fact that he curates his own sounds that shape these worlds. Niggas don't how you can't make a James Blake type beat because that changes every 6 months.
Yes.
Because you don't have access to his brain to make these sounds happen.
Yes.
So let me just start off right there. He is a producer of the year candidate off this album alone.
Because James Blake, you went everywhere on this.
You niggas can never be James Blake.
But going into the album, I was excited. I was excited for the album because you got Psychodrama, dropped 2019-ish. You got We're All in This Together, that dropped a couple years later. So it's been 3 years? No,
yeah, because he did drop a project
4 years
with Central C recently too.
Yeah, but
that was a teaser,
I'm not gonna count that.
We're All Alone came out 2021, so 4 years. Basically.
4 years, yes. 4 years. 4 years of waiting for a full solo album from Dave.
Yeah,
and all I can say is, he once again doesn't miss. But I do want to talk about those new Dave fans. Fuck y'all.
Y'all want with us. Y'all want us with
You guys
us.
listen to Sprinter once, it's like, yeah, that's Dave.
That's Dave.
Are you crazy?
That was Dave on a light day. That's not even him really trying to write for real.
If you did listen to Dave's past album, you know how he sounds. And yes, I can understand that his last few albums, he had some songs on there that was more bouncy and more, let's just say, algorithm friendly.
Yeah, had more commercial appeal.
Yeah, but this album doesn't that much. Because, first of all, the title, it's a Bible reference, so don't expect that psychodrama stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just Dave, basically, he's not 19 anymore. He's 27.
27, grown man. At his big age, wanting to rap about bitches.
Like, if we get, even with Central
And
C, he
money.
wasn't doing that much.
Yeah.
It wasn't with Central C doing that whole kind of shtick.
I do want to say, the bar where he says like on his album, he's like
The first bar?
No. There's a bar where he's like, yo, something. I was at the ATM, and next week I might make 80 M's. Was fucking fire. I'm not gonna lie, that's great flex rap. Like I was like, oh, you been hanging out with Drake. I can tell now.
There's a lot of quotes on that album.
There's a lot of
things that we can say on that album.
There's a lot of Drake references on this album. Like
it is, yes.
It's like
yeah.
we'll talk about another song on here that's very much sounds like a type step song, but amazing nonetheless.
Yeah, but going to that album, how do you feel about History, the intro?
Listen, man, I like producers.
Yes.
I got James Blake on this project. I was very happy.
Yeah.
I love that song. I love this project. James Blake just coming through, be like, yo, we're gonna make the project.
The first 3 songs on the album was a great, let's just say,
175 months. No Weapons, Jim Legacy. Side note, I love Jim Legacy. Like my rookie of the year in hip hop, all around the world. I don't give a fuck who came out in the US this year. Me, Jim Legacy.
Yeah, 175 months was like, let's just say, it was haunting how much beautiful it sounded.
Mm-hmm.
And what he was saying on there was crazy as well. No Weapons with Jim Legacy, I liked it. It sounded good. It's a great follow up to 3 Times, I think. It's a great follow up to 3 Times. With the on Jim Legacy album. And shout out to you, James Legacy, because the video that you just for Wayne 06, incredible. It touched me in a way that when I was back a kid playing FIFA. So shout out to you, Jim Legacy. But those first
Wait,
3
I
songs.
just want to say this one bar on that song with Jim Legacy where he's like, okay, he says, I got a sexy one trying to flirt and distract me from the righteous path. Still want one of them Claremont twins. The allegations are dark. And I just feel like, you know what? The duality of man. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta be righteous, but yo, I still want a Claremont twin. Like,
that's true.
He a sicko. You're a sicko for that, Dave. Okay. I respect it because you say it in the music.
And I do want to say, Dave, thank you for bringing back Kano, because it's been...
Ooh, that song.
It's been so long since I didn't hear Kano that much.
But this song does remind me of Lil Sim's last project, right?
I was about to say that, but I want to say Dave, Kano, James Blake as well on the background at some point. Incredible type of... It's a conversation song.
Yeah,
like you said with Lil Sims with
Rush 32.
Rush 32 with Blood on her album. Which it reminded me, like, when are you guys gonna collab? Because Dave and Lil Sims, it just makes sense.
Yeah, I did want to say on this album, that song, it starts off with this Wagyu on the 52nd floor just to take the piss, and somehow we have to deal with higher stakes than this. Yo, come on.
Yeah, and basically the whole song is basically talking about, it's a conversation that apparently they had before.
Yeah,
they made it on a song now. Basically talking about the past life, present, and the future of the genre.
Yeah,
what it could be.
We're mixing flex bars in between. Another bar, Roman Red Bull like Max Verstappen, but the race is different.
Yeah,
race is a little different. We do a little different things right now.
Talking about the diaspora, the Black British experience, the industry, and it's a whole well put together song. And it actually did what it needed to do. It was production wise.
I'm just gonna say another bar on
Go
that
ahead,
song.
there's a lot of bars in there.
Eating healthy because we this is so funny but so good. Okay, eating healthy because we trust our guts more than we trust our friends.
I'm saying,
yo,
he's speaking right now.
He's on IG right now. This is the caption. Because yo, are you serious?
He is. And
eating healthy because we trust our guts more than we trust our friends.
It's a very well put out song, and it was like 8 minutes.
Again, long songs. But, thank you, Father.
But the thing is, it's an 8-minute song, but you don't get tired of it.
Oh my God, I'll play that shit like 20 times back to back.
You don't get tired of it. You appreciate the art of the song itself. Kano again. Kano, you killed it. I know you're a rapper and before being an actor, but it's been some time that you know, rapped, and you didn't lose a step on this. And you hung out with Dave as well because you back and forth and everything sounded perfect on that song. Yeah. And James Blake again on the background sometimes was just made me float.
You know, just the back and forth, the punchline, the dedication to getting the bar,
the realness of it.
Yeah, this is a real like old school hip hop song.
It's organic. It's everything.
It sounds like they're free songs off the dome. Mm-hmm. Even though I know it's like written, but it's like so well written, so well performed. Yes. The execution is there. Again, I just named a couple bars in the song. There's more bars to go.
There's plenty of bars.
But it's like, and it's fun because it shows a certain growth and maturity as a writer that Dave is becoming, where it's like he's able to match up with the likes of Kano.
Yeah.
Like someone that he probably looked up to, like that's his J.
That's true.
And he's like, I'm on a song with him. We haven't talked about the life, talk about the future, talk about I saw you when you was starting up. Yeah. Like you had the O2 Arena with the pyrotechnics.
Yeah.
But what's on your mind? Like there's so much. There's a growth.
It's so much thing to say on.
And
that.
Again, it says chapter 16. And it's beautiful where it's like keeps referencing back to his growth as a man in a sense, right? And I think when people listen to this album, they're expecting like 10 more Sprinter songs. It's like you're missing the beauty and the value of this project.
Yes. And don't say that Dave is just talking.
He's rapping some shit.
He's rapping as well, saying some beautiful stuff.
My man said he gonna make 80 M's after he hit the ATM. You're not understanding, bro. And he's calling you poor in so many different ways while trying to educate you on life. Free Palestine again.
And like I said, basically, like even Kano said the same thing as me. Take the accolades, just like Simbi, Lil Sims, and do something together. He said it on there.
He told you, stop pussyfoot around it.
Go with Lil Sims and Dave. Basically, in terms of rapping wise, they're two of the best in England right
Facts.
now, in the UK and in the world. If you want to talk about it,
I put J Hus there when J Hus is like serious.
Yeah,
when J Hus is like, I really want to rap better than everybody. He's the air.
But anyway, we could
not consistent as them though. I would say he's not consistent.
That's true. Well, we can say on and about that song itself, but we have to move on. Yeah. And it follows it up with Rain Dance.
The unofficial hit of this album with Thames.
I mean, Dave is just collecting the Afrobeats Avengers on every album.
Yeah, man.
Because his first album, Psychodrama, he had Burna Boy location, which was a big hit.
That shit diamond yet? It should.
Do you know how much it did, that song location? Oh my God. And then on We're All in This Together, he had Wizkid with System, which wasn't the best song. It was still a fun song though.
Yeah.
And then you got Thames on this new album. The next one is gonna get Rema. Screw it.
Yo, I thought Rema was gonna be on this project just because like, what Rema's been doing right now, style wise and just the way you're talking.
Yeah.
I was still there was gonna be his album, but sound wise, Thames fits this project a lot better than Rema. Perfect. So I understand why they didn't like collaborate together.
It's the friendliest song, and that's the song that it's a lot of Drake reference on there.
Yeah, well, because the thing about like,
I mean, Drake gave Dave his biggest song,
which is another thing that not makes a Drake topic, but when I talk about artists that I think define a decade, it's also about who you bring to us to show us as a mainstream audience.
He did Brothers Dave.
And his ability to keep searching for music, not just in his city, not just in the States, but internationally, and be like, hey, watch out for this kid.
Yeah.
Like he did it with Dave, and then did it again with Central C. But he also did it with Kodak Black.
Yeah.
And he also did with there's a certain thing that there's a lot of critiques you could give that man. One thing we're not going to do is not say he's not a fan of the music.
Yeah, no, he is.
Because to spot Dave and highlight him, and Dave to come back, still be a top artist in the UK, and basically steal your scheme for like 4 bars.
I mean, on that song itself, there's a lot of like From Time. The Drake song from Nothing Was the Same. A lot of it. And then I heard it first, but then people started making TikToks out of it, saying like, there's a lot of reference from that song. It's like, okay, I wasn't wrong then. There's a lot of, and I don't mind it because I love that song.
I think I feel like that's Drake's best, most cohesive project.
Yeah.
People just don't like that album statistically.
Yeah. But it's his best album from Drake's side, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, coming back to this, Rain Dance was fun. And it's becoming the hit of the album.
Yeah.
That's true. And then it goes from that to like Selfish.
Yep.
And Selfish is it's a very hard song to listen to as well. It's basically it's like a deep self-examination, basically. Questioning his character like he does on the whole album, but on this song in particular, it's even more. There's a lot of insecurity, guilt, and self-awareness as well. And again, James Blake, like, come on now. Like, and I like how James Blake, sorry. Dave is saying his old stuff about insecurity, like I said, guilt and self-awareness, but also like reflect on fame and like relationships and childhood scars. Mm-hmm. But then you got James Blake like on the hook doing a counterpoint of everything that Dave is saying, basically, right? Because I wrote it down, basically. James Blake on the whole song, the hook is saying, can you settle for a second and let go of your idea of heaven? With the whole thing that Dave is saying, and James just saying, those two bars in a way that only James Blake could do it, like sound like an angel, basically.
Yeah, James Blake sounds like a robotic angel that came from...
This counterpoint to this whole thing that Dave is saying, to the whole thing that Dave is expressing, and the whole, you know, the hardness of it, and how much it hurts him. Mm-hmm. And James Blake is just saying, chill out. You know, relax for a bit, and just think about it, and just give yourself a break, basically. Yeah. In the most beautiful way ever. So, and even the last verse of Dave going just on the flow state again, and finish it up the way he did, it was just a very heart-wrenching song on there, to be honest. Yeah. But do you like Selfish?
I love this project.
Yeah, I know. But
I'm a project, like, I'll listen to the whole song, and I really like that song. I think there's so much depth to that song. And James Blake, again, his ability to craft sounds around the artist where it doesn't matter who it is.
It sounds great.
He's able to adapt his style to them and also make it feel a little bit wider and bigger. And
then he follows it up with my 27th birthday, which is part of a series that he does.
That is a timestamp song. Again, there's no Drake references. This is a Drake song.
No, but I'm saying like, if you knew Dave have been doing those birthday songs.
Yeah, like, exactly. This is a series. It's a series.
It's a series
to get his raps off and really like be open and vulnerable.
But that song is, before we start recording, you were going on it. Yeah. All the lyrics. What do you want to say about this song?
I'm gonna just quote the lyric first before I get into it. He says, start saying, 6 months sober, I feel like I'm Dave again, jigging on my pain and my sorrows away again. I got withdrawal symptoms, but they happen at ATMs. Next 2 years, I'll be looking at ADMs. And I get that kind of encapsulates the song where it's like he's trying to find himself as someone who's now growing as an artist, growing in their wealth and their fame. And still having to deal with the same issues he did when he was younger. Mm-hmm. And now there's like there is nobody there to safeguard him. The only thing that can safeguard him is himself. Yeah. His decision making, his maturity to be like, okay, I don't want to fuck up. Like in the next years, I'm looking at ADMs. Like if I fuck this shit up, that affects the next generation of my life. Yeah. That affects the way my mom eats. That affects the way my sister eats. That affects the way my future kids eat.
But I'm
still struggling with the same issue of either alcoholism or just gambling or whatever the fuck he's dealing with, right?
But yeah, I mean, there's so many verses on there that's different. So
yeah, and then the song's like 7 minutes of just rapping. So,
but he also like, what I took note of it is, he's kind of like, he wrestles with like his social responsibility as a Black British artist, but also questioning kind of like his own complicity in the system that he critiques a lot, right?
He's critiquing a system that he fully participates in.
And I mean, there's a bar on there. He said, I cried about slavery, but then I went to Dubai with my girl. Sure, yeah, I'm part of the problem, but I lied to myself.
Yeah.
Like basically,
it's like, how can I complain about these things I participate in? Mm-hmm. But again, it's like, it's fucked up to say, but it's like,
but that's part
the
of
lifestyle he's in.
In a sense. Because even the whole, like the first verses of that song, it's a mix of like political awareness, but with personal contradiction, basically. Yeah. Right? Which is kind of, and he did on that song beautifully with the whole song, basically, mm-hmm. because generally, like, it's basically this song itself, like it reaffirms like his mastery of storytelling. Right, and of narrative and vulnerability as well a lot, because Dave is good for that.
And being an elite rhymer.
Exactly too. But he's crafting like this 8-minute like portrait.
Yeah, like he's going off in a way that it's like very reminiscent of certain like he's doing shit that I knew he could do, mm-hmm. and he's done before, obviously, but at such a higher clip.
Basically, yeah, right. And like I said, he crafted this 8-minute portrait that it's as confessional as it is cinematic of the song itself, which is always great because it's a birthday reflection part of his whole series, right? And then it keeps going, because you got a song like Fairchild, which it's a very hard song to do, and I do want to shout you out, Dave, for putting it out there, because it's not the first time you do it. If you go back to his old album, his first album, he had a song called Leslie, which was, if you remember that song, which was about a toxic and domestic violence relationship. A whole 10-minute song that was very, very well. It's very well done. It's hard to listen to.
Yeah.
But it's very well done. But it was necessary to put it out there. Right?
Yeah.
And basically trifecta, because the next album you had Both Sides of a Smile with James Blake, again, which again it's a very song powerful for women, which not a lot of people do. But he's going out there, and he
doesn't have to do it, because
he does it in a way that's very powerful.
Yeah, he puts that responsibility on himself to be like, hey, I have a certain influence. I am a young male. I am around young men. I see what's going on and what they're doing to the people around me. And Fairchild leads into that, where he's describing a whole scenario. Again, I don't want to spoil the album, right? But he describes a whole scenario of an abuse situation happening, right, in very great detail from the perspective of the woman.
But yeah, the rape culture and the misogynistic, and especially in the club scene as well.
Yeah,
you could talk about this.
And he's a rapper. He's gonna have to be in the club, so it's like he's seeing shit happen and trying to be like, hey, look, let's reflect on our behavior here. Let's analyze what the fuck are we really doing, and why is it that we are actively choosing not to protect the people around us we claim to want to support and protect. Because you niggas love doing a protect all women, like wear the t-shirt, and then when you outside, you acting crazy. Or your friend is acting crazy, and you don't call them out on it.
That's true. And then, sexual violence and systematic sexism as well on that whole song. But Nickel Black, that's the girl who was singing on there.
Yeah.
My God. You were incredible on there. Like, your part made the whole song, like, put it all together.
Yeah.
And I like the way how Dave just, you know how she's talking about her situation, but that Dave start rapping with her at the same time and just cover it all up, basically. I like the way that he wants to make sure that he's aware of this. Yeah. And
he's not just getting there have the verse and he's just saying it, and he's distanced himself. He's
like as much as she's talking about it, we should talk about it as well. Right? And not a lot of people do that nowadays. Yeah. But Dave, with his statue and where he is in the UK scene right now, and to do that kind of song, it's just, hats off to him for doing it. And it's a very important song.
With the whole world watching him too, where it's like, his
we're waiting for it for 5 years now, and
looking at you like, yo, what are you gonna do? Yeah, and this is what you want to talk about,
and you do that kind of song.
Yeah,
and it should be. I mean, Dave's always been that kind of guy to do it. Yeah. If you go back to I talked about Leslie and Both Sides of a Smile and now Fairchild, but to all kinds of stuff. Like he goes to. I remember this event that he did when Psychodrama came in, and he did a whole song about systematic racism in front of the government.
Yeah.
With the piano and everything else, he's not afraid to put things out there.
But the thing I like about it is that he has a platform because he still also taps in and does the popular songs. Mm-hmm. Like you can do that and be more effective if you have a sprinter in the tuck.
Yeah.
Because if your whole career is social aspect, right, you're never gonna reach the audience that you want to reach with it. So there's certain things you have to give away to be able to say certain messaging. Yes. And again, that's not part of the project where he's like, how do I balance this thing out? And it reflects when he talks about when he went to Dubai, where it's like, you're participating in the shit that you're talking about, bro.
Yeah.
But it's the only way to have the bigger, widespread, the biggest microphone is to participate in the sense.
That's true. And but overall, that song is a must listen. And it's a great to have it here and have some artists like him too. Have a song out there like this.
Yeah.
It's powerful. Did you like Marvelous?
Marvelous is cool.
I think Marvelous was my least favorite song on the album.
We could have went from Fairchild. We could have went from 22nd Birthday to Fairchild to
the last song. Yeah, but Marvelous was okay song. But I couldn't do. I couldn't do without it. That's why we didn't talk too much about it, to be honest. But the last song is because there's a lot to talk about. The last song.
I'm gonna let you go with that one.
Sorry?
I'll let you take over that one.
Want me to take over that one?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna start for sure. First, what I'm gonna say is, I could say that it's Dave's best song overall. I listened to the whole discography back again. I was like, this song is. I think it's his best song that he ever did.
What a song to use as your title track as well.
Sorry?
I said, what a song to use as his title track as well.
Exactly, that too. And you got a Beatles sample out of this, which is hard to do.
Now that check,
I mean, for you to get, does he have to go to Michael Jackson's estate, right?
No, Sony bought it back, I think.
Sony bought it back? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I think you need to get. I remember.
You need to get Paul McCartney to say yes.
And yeah, you need to prove it for Paul McCartney. I remember.
Yeah, his dumb ass had to say yes. Fuck him.
But for you to get the sample cleared, and that means you being very hard regarded by the Beatles himself. That's great. But to use that sample and to put that song so haunting in the background, and to do that kind of song in there that we were going to talk about, because, man, there's so much to say. First of all, this song is basically, it shows out Dave's greatest strength, which for me is like his ability to merge like intellectual depth together plus emotional rawness. This whole song, it shows that kind of strength that you have as a rapper, right? And it's basically, it meditates on the burden, basically on like consciousness and power of speaking truth, even if it can be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know that song that he's talking about the West Bank and the illegal settlers, basically, right? And like this whole song, he also, like I just said, he also acknowledges that his story, like his ancestors, they basically on the song, is part of something far bigger.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's an importance to the way he's speaking about it on the song, where it's like, it's like what would I do in the next generation, right? And
that's all he asks on the whole song.
And it's a really good question to ask. But it's like, as someone who has a platform like he does, or if you don't have a platform, we're all stuck in the same systems. You're like, the man could be up at a certain amount of money, but at the end of the day, what is Dave's money and power compared to a politician or a billionaire? Like, he can say whatever he wants, but they can shut him down at any moment.
That's true.
The ability the song is about also collective movement, right? And he has a history of collective movement in the UK and as a Nigerian man as well. Right. So there's like it's about the.
It's crazy because
talking about the collective movement and how we should focus on that to improve our living and material conditions.
The whole song is like a personal meditation and call to action, basically, right?
Yeah.
And he basically asking his listeners to reflect on their own purposes and to see what impact they can have in the next generation.
Yeah.
Right. Because the whole song is like he asked himself, basically, his own choices in action, basically, how he could do this and that, what he could have done in the past if he was there to impact the next generation, right?
And then what is it to do now? And like, I think one of the most important bars in the song where it's, can't speak out on illegal settlers now, I'm afraid of a shadow ban. Yep. Which kind of encapsulates, so it's like, the systems of oppression here are so different now, where it's like, again, a shadow ban seems very, very small as a consequence. But also, when we live in a consumer society right now, that we're not selling money, we're selling attention, that shadow ban can drastically change someone's lifestyle. Yeah. In the way that, again, it's very, very small in comparison to losing life, but losing your livelihood is almost the same as losing your life, in a sense, right? But it's like, but are you willing to sacrifice these things for the greater good? Are you willing to sacrifice your personal comfort for the growth and salvation of others?
That's true. Right? And I like how this song, because he went on a flow state, like he didn't stop rapping at all. And the whole song,
shit, my 28th birthday, I would have been cool with it.
Oh man, he went the flow that he had on that song, he was lost in it, basically. Yeah. Right. But I like how this song doesn't end with triumph. He ends with like conviction. Right. And basically, the whole last song is basically saying he became a storyteller, and he became the boy who played the harp. Yeah. Basically, right. He became he's using the music to basically like bridge the divine and the human as a present, which is an incredible way to finish the album.
Yeah, and like showing that, hey, I have this platform, I have this message that has been brought to me that I really want to share with the world. And I think, if you want Unwind, listen to us talk about this album, you'll understand this a little bit more.
He is one of one, is what I'm saying. Yeah. And I guess that's pretty much it.
That's really is it, man. Just go listen to the album.
We like all the songs. Fuck it.
Yeah. Which is the only one that we're like mid about, but it's cool. Yeah.
But let us know what you guys think about Dave and this album.
And did you listen to it? Did you unwind?
Did you unwind? Because we did.
Yeah.
Mon Dieu.
And we
So that
listen.
was that was Dave with the boy who played the harp.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.